The first quick cheap card is super easy. All you need is transparencies, which I think if you maybe like a couple pennies a piece, alcohol inks, which I'm counting as free because I already have them, a blending tool or just a piece of felt, some thickers, and some quad rule paper, which I got at the dollar store for $1. You also need a pair of scissors and a sewing machine with black thread. So let's get started. When I think of Valentine's Day and quick and easy, the first thing that comes to mind is cards. For this one, you're just going to take a regular piece of transparency and cut it to 5 by 10. Then you're going to fold it in half, making sure that it lines up, and using your fingernail or a bone folder to make the crease at the bottom. This is going to form your card base, to which we're going to add some alcohol inks to give it a really cool variegated background. Alcohol inks are a product by Ranger. They retail for $3.99 a bottle, but for my $5 and under craft thing, I'm going to count them as free because I already had them. I'm using 3 different colors in like reddish and pink tones for the back of my card. You can use any color alcohol ink that you have. All you need to do is take your blending tool and apply the alcohol ink to it using a 3-second squeeze, making sure that your second and third and however many inks go next to but not on top of the other ones. After you have your applicator tool all filled with the colors that you like, you're going to pounce, pick up, and then twist your tool. The reason you're going to twist it is so you don't get like perfect lines of color. You want to make sure it looks really variegated. Another cool thing about this card idea is I think that it would work really well with children. Alcohol inks are something that's pretty easy and you can't really mess it up. So I really think that kids would get into it. You can make the card base any size you want, and you can make it only one-sided so that it'll fit in the Valentine's Day boxes and stuff that the kids take to school. And it dries really quick, it cleans up off their hands really easy, so this is really something that you could do with your kids and use up some of your stash that you already have. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to get your quad ruled paper or your notebook paper or whatever, and you're going to cut a heart to place on the front. I couldn't decide if I wanted to put it on the inside or the outside, but it showed up best on the outside, so that's what I wound up going with. Just a pair of scissors, fold it in half, cut out a heart, pretty easy. I decided to put my sentiment on top of the heart with thickers. I'm using the felt kind. I have a ton of thickers. You can use any kind of letter stickers you want, or you can use stamps, just whatever you already have that you can use up and get rid of. For this one, I'm going to put I love you on the front because this is going to be the card that I'm probably going to give my husband because he's super fabulous and I love him. Again, this is really easy, just peel and stick. You can have kids do it. You can use cheap letter stickers from the dollar store that you get on clearance, or stickers that you don't really like anymore that you want to use up for the Valentine's Day cards and stuff like that. Just think outside of the box, things that you already have and stuff that's going to be cheap to you. The last step of this card is super easy. I'm just going to use a zigzag stitch around the heart to kind of tack it down and give it that handmade feel that I like. I put a glue dot in the middle of the paper so it kind of is going to hold it in place. And I always put my needle down first to make sure that it's going to be somewhere close to where it's supposed to be, I guess. I don't know how to explain that. There you have it. And the stitch around my heart. Super perfect too. I made sure I did really good straight lines for you. I want to make sure that the letters stay on, so I'm just going to use a straight stitch and kind of go through the letters. For this, your little backwards button, wherever it is in your machine, is really helpful. And there you have it. The whole card took about 5 minutes. It was super cheap and super easy to make, and that's about all I got. So have fun making cool cards for Valentine's Day out of the stuff that you already have, or stuff that's really cheap. I love you. For the second card, you're going to need some quad ruled paper, again the stuff that I got at the dollar store, some India ink or thinned out black paint, thickers in black, these little pin things. I don't know, some of them are from Maya Road. The one that I'm using is the little heart one, and I think I got it at Joann's. Any kind of background paper. I'm using this black text paper that I got at Hobby Lobby on clearance for 16 cents. A paintbrush with kind of a thin handle, because we're just going to use the handle. Any kind of spray inks that you like. You can also use thinned out paint and kind of splatter it on. And then a black ink pad, which I'm going to use a sponge. And then your sewing machine with red thread. If you don't have alcohol ink, you can use a ton of different things to make your background. So this paper is just regular scrapbook paper I found at Hobby Lobby for 16 cents in the clearance section. And I'm just going to take some Glimmer Mist and create my background with that. So that one is Pink Bubblegum, and it's kind of dark. This one's Cosmos. It's a little bit lighter. I like that one. I'll do the back too. And then I have some of the Maya Mist, and this one is red. And I'm just gonna, if you push the presser like halfway really slow, it'll just make those splatters come out. And it won't make it spray. See how it just says the, I like that. It makes me happy. And then maybe some black. This is just regular India ink. This one's Speedball. And I just take a paintbrush and dip the end into it and then hit it on something. I found that if you hit it on something, it won't come back and splatter on your clothes. Maybe that's just me. So there's that. This is the same thing as the last one. I just cut that square paper. That's what I'm going to call it. Quad ruled. And I'm just using some black soot ink. You can use any kind of black ink you want. And inking the edges. This paper is kind of flimsy, so if you use some kind of square or lined scrapbook paper, this would be a lot easier. That kind of makes it pop off the page a little more. I just found this cute little heart pin in my stash, so I'm really excited about that. I'm just going to stab it through to where it looks like the little bow and arrow thing, or the arrow going through the heart. I'm going to use black stickers on. More thickers. These were I think Halloween ones. So I'm going to take this off. Another cool thing that you can do with the India ink is you can draw with pretty much anything. So this is the end of my paintbrush. Make little circles in the corners or big blobs. And I always just blot mine just because. And there you have it. So for the second card, we're going to use red thread to kind of contrast what we have going on. I took the pin out because that's probably not something that you want to sew through. And on this one, I'm just going to do the messy stitches right through the middle, and it's going to hold the letters and the heart on at the same time. So again, the backwards button is your friend. Okay? So I gave up on the crappy red thread. Now I'm just going to use fuchsia, like kind of pinkish fuchsia thread, and see if that works better. And it did. So if you had better quality red thread, I don't know what this is. Sulky. And it sucks. It breaks a lot. So then the only thing you have to do is just insert your heart pin or whatever kind of pin you have back into the O. And kind of mush it down. There you have it. Your second quick and easy cheap card for under $5. Create what makes you happy.